Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning and welcome to this November 5th Election Day edition of Good Morning Las Vegas. Today, voters are casting ballots in all 50 states to pick the next president and Congress, as well as a number of important local and state elected positions. We have team coverage with everything you need to know. Anissa Bohannon is joining us live from Clark County Election Headquarters, talking about when exactly that counting will begin. Isabella Martin is in studio to break down a couple of key questions on your ballot. But first, we do want to check in with my co-anchor Justin Hinton, who is live outside Allegiant Stadium. Justin, we know it's known for hosting games and concerts, but today it is a new polling location. How exciting!
I mean, how cool is that, Anjali, that very soon, in about an hour, Clark County residents can start to head inside and cast their ballots here at Allegiant Stadium. Very cool. In fact, the parking gates into lots E, F, G, and H just opened, and then those voters can head to the Southeast Exterior Plaza to vote starting at 7. I spoke with Secretary of State Cisco Aguilar about this cool new experience.
We thought getting the Raiders involved was a great opportunity. You know, Nevadans have paid for that facility, and for a lot of Nevadans, they haven't been able to see the inside of it. So to take them inside the facility, let them see it, but at the same time cast a ballot, that is an incredible opportunity. We're really excited about it.
And coming up in our next half hour, we're going to look at what he'd like to see with this facility and others in the future. Now, more than 1 million people have already cast their ballots during mail-in or early voting here in Nevada. Now, those folks won't have the chance to vote here at Allegiant Stadium, and that is more than half of the registered voters in the state. Well, this morning, Anissa Bohannon is live at the Clark County Election Department in North Las Vegas with more on how and when today's votes are going to be tallied in our community. Good morning, Anissa.
Justin, good morning. There are 1,468,899 registered voters right here in Clark County, and it's here at the Election Department where all of those votes, mail-in, the ones that are cast in person today, and the ones that were in early voting in person are going to be processed. Now, so far here in Clark County, nearly 389,000 votes were cast during that early in-person voting. On Monday, Secretary of State Cisco Aguilar announced that the first results here on Election Day will be posted on results.nv.gov after the Secretary of State's office has confirmed that all polls in Nevada are closed and the last voter has voted. Now, the polls do close at 7 p.m., but if you are in line by that time, you will still be able to vote. Those first results will include mail ballots received before Election Day and early voting in person. And here are some election result deadlines that we're going to see over the next few days. November 9th, the deadline for county election officials to accept mail ballots postmarked by November 5th. November 12th is the deadline for voters to cure those ballots. And then on November 15th, there will be a canvass of the election by each county board of commissioners and supervisors. And on November 26th, there will be a canvass of returns by the Nevada Supreme Court. And a reminder today that if you are voting by mail, it must be postmarked by today for that to count. All of the polling locations open at 7 o'clock this morning and close at 7 o'clock tonight. If you are planning to head out, then we have an entire list of polling locations on our website, ktnv.com. Justin?
Now, Anissa, we know there's concern among voters about ballot security. So I'm curious, what happens with ballots after the election is over?
Right, Justin, that's a great question. So Clark County tells me that after all of those ballots are in, those results are going to be audited. So they're going to match the number of people who signed precinct ballots, registers, with the number of ballots that were cast to make sure that those match up. And then electronically recorded results are matched with results that are verified by voters on paper printouts. Now, we've been hearing over the last few weeks that officials are saying that they have put in a number of measures to ensure that this election is safe for everyone. Again, those polling locations open at 7 o'clock this morning. For now, I'm live here in North Las Vegas. Anissa Bohannon.
All right, Anissa, thank you. And we know tensions are so high right now surrounding this election. And in an effort to keep Election Day as safe and secure as possible, FBI Las Vegas has opened a centralized command post here in the city. It'll be staffed 24/7, and officials will be watching out for election fraud, voter suppression, and threats against election workers. According to the FBI, this is standard procedure for Election Day. Bureau officials explaining how these local command centers help their teams keep an eye on things nationally.
For instance, sometimes information comes directly to the FBI. We want to get it to state and local officials, so we do that through our command posts. In each of the command posts in the field offices, we have election crime coordinators, our ECCs. They are the conduit, they're the point of contact with state and local officials. So they bring people together and they just simply share information.
Governor Joe Lombardo is also activating 60 National Guard members to help law enforcement on Election Day. They will be on standby at National Guard facilities in Carson City and here in Las Vegas. Now, when you think of elections, people often think of the candidates, but there's real policy at stake today as well. Nevadans are deciding on a number of consequential ballot questions, two of which could change how you vote in future elections. Isabella Martin is joining us live in studio to break down one of those questions. That's ballot question 7. Good morning, Isabella.
Good morning, Anjali. Now today, voters across the valley will be making decisions on several ballot questions. Those could impact future elections in Nevada. And if approved, these measures could change not only voting procedures, but also the levels of security involved. Currently in Nevada, voters are not required to show photo ID when casting a ballot. Identity and eligibility are only verified the first time a voter registers. Ballot question 7 aims to change this. It proposes a constitutional amendment requiring photo ID for in-person voting. Now, acceptable IDs would include a driver's license, passport, student, or tribal ID. For mail-in voting, voters would be required to provide the last 4 digits of their driver's license, social security number, or their state-issued voter registration number. Supporters argue that this measure will increase trust in elections and serve as a safeguard against fraud. Opponents, however, believe the measure is unnecessary, adding that cases of voter fraud are rare. A yes vote on question 7 would begin the process of implementing voter ID in Nevada, while a no vote would keep the current system. Because this measure was introduced by voter initiative, it would need to pass again in 2026 to become law. Reporting in the studio, I'm Isabella Martin.